Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Degen Bowl series. Game 12 in this series takes us down to Tampa Bay, Florida, the home of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Raymond James Stadium, for the Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl between the UCF Knights and the Florida Gators. Florida is currently 7-point favorites. 6.5, depending on where you're looking right now. Kicks off not far from now. Big matchup here. Napier coming in for the Florida Gators. Currently, Greg Knox, the head coach of the Florida Gators. Gus Malzahn, name we've heard many, many times for the UCF Knights. I'm excited for this one. I don't know about you, but I'm pumped.
Yeah, I mean,
from Florida football.
Yes, and it's going to be an interesting game all the way through. I think UCF probably going to play up a few notches when you're playing against a team like Florida in your own state. A lot of those guys were probably dreaming of going to Miami, Florida, FSU, and settle at UCF. So I feel like they're going to come out with a chip on their shoulder. And Florida Gator interim head coach Greg Knox is a perfect 3-0 as an interim coach. So we got some good storylines coming into this one. Emory Jones entering the transfer portal and yet still playing in this game for the Florida Gators. So I'm torn on the side here off of what I just said. Playing up, I think Florida wins. Not entirely sure about the cover, but I saw it at 55.5 this morning. So I locked that in. I've already placed the bet. I have taken over 55.5 in this game.
Okay, just taking the over.
Just taking the over.
Solid play, especially during this bowl season where the over has been an absolute moneymaker. I don't know what your ROI would be if you place the over in every bowl game, but I would imagine it's been very lucrative.
I think it's 10-3, and it's pacing over in the Red Hawks Mean Green game currently going on as we are recording this.
Yes, it is. I mean, you took the words right out of my mouth, man. Everything about me wants to take Florida just because it's such a weird situation. You talk about UCF, and I think Florida State, Miami. I want to say they're all a little jealous of UCF because when you talk about Florida football right now, Florida's down, Florida State is down, Miami's down. Everyone right now kind of views UCF as the best football university in the state of Florida. And that does not sit well with prestigious programs such as Florida. So if I'm them, I want to go out there and just smack them in the mouth.
Fair point. You may have talked me into a Florida cover.
Well, don't get me wrong, because I don't even know if I'm taking the Florida cover yet. We'll see. We'll see when I get to the end of what I'm talking about. You're spot on with Greg Knox, 3-0 in major college programs as the interim head coach. Last time he coached a bowl game, beat Lamar Jackson in the Tax Slayer Bowl.
Ooh.
Which is, when I seen that, I was like, damn, okay. Florida's got a real shot here. Didn't beat him by much, but they did beat him. And obviously, we know how Lamar Jackson's career at Louisville played out. What might lead me to taking the Gators here in this situation, because I don't like the amount of points that they're laying, considering where UCF is at. They did kind of limp into Florida. They did kind of limp into the bowl picture here towards the end of the season, having to beat their rival Florida State. Just to be here, 59% of the tickets, 72% of the money on UCF.
Wow.
And you know me.
Good old public faith.
I love a good public faith. UCF 4-10 against the spread in their last 14 games. Florida 0-6 in their last 6 against the spread. Both teams are abysmal at covering, which that leads me to believe, should I just pick the better team to cover? And I think that's what I'm going to do. I do like there's a couple of different factors here that play for me. Leaning towards Florida. I don't like Isaiah Bowser is back for UCF. That does kind of lead me away a little bit. But Kaiir Elam, who is a projected first round pick for Florida, he decides to play this game. Hasn't made a decision about his future yet, whether he's going to come back and play for Napier or enter the NFL draft. That's a big plus when you're talking about going against UCF. The UCF rushing attack is what's going to concern me the most. I like the overplay. If I'm going to pick a side, man, it's tough. 73% of the money on the over, 60% of the tickets as well. 55.5 is what I'm looking at right now. Strength of schedule is what is going to be the deciding factor for me, just because when you look at Florida's schedule, beat Tennessee, lost to Alabama by 3, lost to LSU by, well, LSU wasn't the greatest year. They got their teeth kicked in by Georgia, but that's acceptable because most people do. Missouri by 1, Florida State they beat by 3. I think they've just played the tougher competition. 6-6. Yeah, I'm going to take the Gators minus this. If I can get 6.5, I'm going to take it for sure.